to Ashart Books. So today I'm here to talk about A Discovery of Witches. So as you guys may or may not know, I started reading the series at this time last year. So it's the Discovery of Witches series by Deborah Harkness. And the three books in that series are A Discovery of Witches, Shadow of Night, and The Book of Life. So all three of those together are called the All Souls Trilogy. I read the first book this time last year and I since have finished the series and I absolutely love the series. I think it's one of the best paranormal series I've read, especially in like adult paranormal. And I just feel like more people need to kind of take a chance on it and kind of dive in. I think if more people give it a chance, they would like it. I do know it's a bit of a hit or a miss. I know some people who loved it and I know some people who haven't. But I thought it'd be kind of fun. The TV show is actually going to be airing today over in the UK. So if you live in the UK, you are one of the lucky people who get to see it tonight. I believe it's on Sky. I'm not really sure about your channels, but I think they said it was on Sky or Sky One. For the people in the States like me, we have to wait a little bit longer. I think it's airing sometime next year, like January or February is what I'm hearing, but we still will get to see it. So because of the TV show being so exciting, and I'm really, really excited to watch it once I can, I thought it'd be fun to make a video about 5 reasons I think you guys should pick up A Discovery of Witches if you haven't already. Reason number 1 is the history. So I put this as the first one because I kind of feel like it might be the make or break for you for this series. For me, it completely made the series. Deborah Harkness is a master at history, and I'm pretty sure is also a professor of history. She teaches as well, or she used to. So she has really good historical accuracy. The detail that she puts into her books is just fantastic. And she really weaves the history into the story in a way that really makes sense. And it's not like it takes away from the story. You're still fully immersed in like present time. But because the characters are like vampires, they have a huge backstory that needs to be influenced by the history. And I just love that. I ate that up. History lovers like me, if you haven't picked up this series, I highly encourage you to. Now, if you don't love history, I could see perhaps why it might be a bit dense for you if you really just can't stand it. But I would still encourage you to give it a try because there is a lot more to the series than the history. But if you like it, definitely pick it up, because that's my reason number 1. Reason number 2 you should pick up this series is because it has everything you'd want in a paranormal. It has witches. Diana, our main character, is a witch. It has vampires. Our main lead male character is Matthew Claremont, and he is a vampire. And it has demons in it. It's got like magical objects. It's the main like thing in the story is this magical book called, I think it's Ashmole something, there's numbers after that, but anyways, it's got like magical objects, it's got just anything you'd want in a paranormal is kind of in this book. And in some ways there is a lot going on in the story, but I also felt like you just got everything you'd want, and it didn't seem weird, because to me it seemed like they would all coexist in this world anyways. So I just love that. I thought it was so good. Reason number 3 you should pick up this series is Diana's absolutely adorable aunts. So in the story, Diana's parents had passed away when she was a child, so she was raised by her aunts, and they are a couple, they're together, and they are just, I love them. They're feisty, they're fiery, one's super sweet, one's more fiery and feisty, and I love them together. They're such an interesting, beautiful couple, and I just felt like they really made the story, and it was such an interesting, beautiful idea of family for Diana. And along with the aunts, I also wanted to say in this, like, because I feel like they just make it feel like cozy, and along with that, I feel like the house, Diana's house that she grew up in, her aunt's house, is kind of like alive. Like, it's definitely a character on itself, and it kind of has feelings, and it like does things, and I just love that. I feel like that's such a cool thing to have in like a magical book, and I just felt like anytime the house came into play, I was always really like laughing out loud. Reason number 4 you should read this series is it has a really vast kind of story arc, and I feel like it really does, like I said before, kind of touch on so many different areas. It has history, it has your paranormal, it has a bit of time travel in book 2, and it's just got everything you'd want. But what I really appreciate is it also has really good characters. I love characters. I think I'm, in a lot of ways, a character reader. And so sometimes I find in fantasy and paranormal, the characters can lack from that. And I didn't think that was the case. You know, obviously she's got a lot to work with. She's got 3 huge books. And I think her character development was just so good. So I think if you're looking for something that has a really fantastic plot and kind of huge, vast kind of universe, but also has really wonderful characters, look no further. Reason number 5 I think you need to read this series is that it has forbidden love. I am a complete sucker for forbidden love. Who doesn't like forbidden love? So since Matthew is a vampire and Diana is a witch, it is deemed a forbidden love, and I just think that always adds tension to the story. It always makes for a really interesting dynamic between the characters and kind of their family and friends, because while they like seeing their friend or family member happy, they're also really worried about their livelihood. But what I also appreciated in this story is that while it's forbidden, Matthew and Diana also, without giving too much away, have a really stable relationship for most of this story. Once the initial kind of get together, I mean, I'm not spoiling it, they get together, but once that happens, they really have a very stable relationship for the most part, and everything that happens is kind of outside forces kind of ganging up on them, and that's definitely what I prefer, is having outside problems affect the couple rather than like problems inside the couple. I just think that can be a little more realistic sometimes. Not that people don't have problems, but like I hate when like another person comes in or something like that. So for me, I really appreciated how stable she made that couple, and they really are like the central force of the story. So while it has that kind of like angsty forbidden love, it also turns into a really interesting relationship. Okay guys, so those are my 5 reasons why I think you need to pick up the All Souls trilogy today. If you've read the book, definitely let me know your thoughts on it, and if you haven't read the books, I highly encourage you to pick them up. Deborah Harkness also has a new book coming out, I believe it comes out next week, called Times Convert, and it's about a side character. I think it's called Times Convert. Anyways, it's coming out next week, and it's about a side character from the series that I'm really excited to read. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!